What much?
She will have to answer to this. This is her character, not yours.
I know.
And I can't imagine. It's probably very incredibly hard. I can tell that it's affecting you. But this is a her thing, not a you thing. It's not.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex, and I would absolutely love it if you like this content, if you like the videos, if you want to support me. It would be great if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the videos to get out there. It really helps more people to see them, and it inspires me to keep creating. I want to say something before we start. With my Big Brother content, it has attracted a lot of new viewers, and I love that. My channel is for everyone. I do not necessarily try to pander to a certain crowd or anything like that. My channel is for everyone, and everyone is welcome. However, I think this is bringing some people to my channel who are saying or assuming things about me, assuming things that I am saying, assuming that I'm implying things in these videos that I'm simply not implying. When it comes to Angela, I need y'all to use the listening skills. Like, seriously. Because I've gotten like a couple of comments here and there talking about, you guys are so soft. Why do you want Angela out? When did I ever say I wanted Angela out? I said if the live feeds need to be cut for hours every day, then just take out Angela. Because she is the reason why the feeds are being cut like this. I want Angela to stay. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope Angela doesn't go home. We're going to talk about Angela and her plans today in this feed recap. And I want to see her carry these plans out. But if we can't even get the live feeds, I would rather get more feeds and less Angela. Okay? I'm going to need y'all to use critical thinking skills. Because if I didn't say something in a video, do not assume that I implied it. Do not assume that I'm implying anything. I did not call Angela anything. I didn't imply that Angela was saying or doing anything to anyone of any specific groups. So do not imply things because you look at me and maybe you think I'm saying something, okay? I know some of y'all are new here and don't know how we rock on this channel. So I just, just a fair warning. Because I didn't imply Angela was anything. I don't imply that she's something. I didn't say anything. And I think some of y'all are getting a little bold in the comments now. Also, number 2, you can disagree with what someone says in the comments, but let's not name call. We're not going to name call people. We're not going to call people psychos. We're not going to call people lunatics. We're not doing that. Because then you become exactly like Angela. We're talking about Angela and how she's a psycho. And y'all are doing the same thing. So let's be very careful how we talk to people in the comments. Like I said, I know Big Brother has brought some new people, and I'm so grateful you guys are here. I'm so happy to see you guys. But that's also brought a few bad apples that we don't typically get on this channel. So yeah. Anywho, now that y'all listen to my rant, let's get into the feed recap. This is going to be for the 31st, which was yesterday. Also, I think seemingly another eventful day. It's actually been interesting to me that I've seen like other feed recappers or just other fans talk about how this season is boring or it's getting boring. I'm like, really? Are we watching the same Big Brother? Because I feel like the feeds every day are chock full of a lot. If you actually really listen to what people are saying, if you're only in it for like Angela drama, then I guess, I don't know, I've even seen people say like Matt leaving the show really took a big hit to the show. I don't really agree with that either. I think if you're actually interested in everyone, there's a lot going on. I think especially in the like Chelsea, Chemo, T-Core, Cam, Leah, Brooklyn side of things, like there's a lot going on that side, so I don't know. But let's get into it. So we start off the day with Chelsea talking to the camera.
The block, please don't choose me. Please. I feel like we've been vibing. I feel like we've been talking, you and I, and just don't do that, okay? Yeah. That's what I got for y'all.
One thing I really like about Chelsea on her HOH is that she'll be talking to that camera. She will tell us what she's thinking, and I'm here for that. So Chelsea's right now, her prediction is that Tucker is going to win the AI competition, the AI arena, which again, I don't know why everyone's under the impression that Tucker is going to be the winner of that competition, but okay, sure. She's predicting that Lisa will end up going home, and that you know, it will be Angela still. Now, Chelsea also admits that she was initially attracted to Cam, but once she got to know him, she realized, I'm gonna just fall back, which I think gives a lot of interesting context to the Leah of it all, her calling out Leah and Cam's showmans. I just think it gives a lot of interesting context that she found Cam attractive originally, but decided that she didn't anymore. So Quinn and Tikor are also talking, and they are both very worried about Leah's tactic of flirting with the guys.
Joseph, yeah, I think he would be down. But Joseph is loyal to the collective, like hardcore, so. Yeah.
And they are really working to solidify this alliance of 6. As we remember, Tikor and Chemo are already in an alliance, and they've been, musing around trying to figure out a bigger alliance. So they finally start to work to solidify this alliance of 6. Right now, they want Rubina, Chelsea, Tucker, maybe Brooklyn, and maybe Joseph. But a lot of people do not want to put Joseph in alliances because he's loyal to the collective. Now remember, the collective isn't really real anymore, but some of these people are acting as if it is, or some of these people think it is. So Tikor then goes to Tucker to try to approach him with the alliance.
Probably the best worst person in this game out of anybody.
Agreed.
I think that the 2 people that have the power-ups we know, and I don't think that they're playing a good game. So I wouldn't.
And they are talking about the potential of who else to bring in, and they say Quinn. A lot of people like Quinn. He's kind of a hot commodity because they think he knows the game. He's pretty strategic. They don't want to include any people with powers, aka MJ, and they think Lisa is the second person that has the power, but they don't actually realize that the second person that has the power is Quinn. So, I thought it was funny when they were talking. Now, they do talk about Chemo. Tucker says that Chemo has a great social game, but he's not really sure where he's at game-wise. And overall, they kind of lock in that Tucker is now also part of this 6-person alliance. So, Tikor goes to Rubina. Tikor kind of the whole morning just jumps around to various people in the house to ask them about being in this alliance, kind of really locking it down.
So it'd be good to have Tucker who's close to Kenny.
Exactly.
To have, decide which way.
Exactly.
So he wouldn't.
And then Chemo and Kenny are also close.
Right, so I think we would have the people who are closest to Kenny who would be this divide.
The only other person is Mackenzie.
So they both agree, Tikor and Rubina agree that Quinn and Chemo do know the game very well, so they are valuable assets to the alliance. Rubina says that Joseph is a great add-on as well. And Rubina, overall, she likes the plan. She likes the alliance. She's happy that she's being approached. Now, Rubina expresses her concerns with Tucker and how close he is with Kenny. And we do see a lot of Tucker-Kenny conversation, so that is definitely starting to form. But it is good to have Tucker and Chemo in the alliance because they're close with Kenny. So they do want this alliance to have, web, be a little bit of a web where people have other people that are outsiders or not really part of the alliance, or maybe even people that are part of like the other side that they are close to, so that way they can control the house, control the votes. They also mentioned that MJ is close with Kenny, but he would choose the guys over MJ. Now, overall, they do agree that Kenny is a bit of a wild card, and I kind of agree with that, because I feel like Kenny, his main motive is get out the girls. That's what he said. Watch my video from yesterday before y'all assume that I'm saying something just because. Kenny said yesterday he wants to get out the women, because he thinks there's a women's alliance. Okay, now, Rubina and Brooklyn, they also have a conversation, and they are talking about keeping Angela because she won't win anything.
But then she's just right back on the block. Right. Obviously, unless she wins HOH. That's why that's scary. HOH is scary. What is scary? I feel like he would put 3 girls, and then that's really it.
People keep saying Angela won't win anything, and I get it. I get in the modern Big Brother era that there was so many physical comps, but it's like Angela won an HOH. there's going to be more games of chance. I don't know. They do agree that Kenny would probably put up 3 girls. I do agree with that Kenny will probably put up 3 women the minute he gets in power. And they do think that MJ, if on the block, would use her power, obviously, which, duh. Like, if you're in danger, you're going to use your power. So Chelsea also talks about the alliance with Brooklyn, but she wants to bring in Kenny to that alliance. And Brooklyn is like, oh, like, is he trustworthy? And Chelsea just seems to be under the impression that they have Kenny wrapped around their finger. Meanwhile, Kenny trusts 0 women, so I don't really know. And remember, T-Core is privy to the fact, because Chemo told him, that Kenny wants to get out the women. But I don't think Chelsea is privy to that yet, or Brooklyn. So that's kind of where we stand with Kenny. Now, Angela has some camp talk. Okay, Angela's in the storage room, and we are getting more Angela on the feeds again, and I'm happy about that. Okay, give me some Angela.
People that expose these powers. Immediately I'm putting up Chelsea. I'm putting up Tucker. And I'm putting up Rubina. One of them will pull themselves off, and guess who's replacing only has 1 chance to possibly stay, but probably exposing his power? Quinn. I'm not done shaking up this house. It's pissing me off that nobody else is standing out right now.
Angela says, now she gives us a little game plan, because she said, if I stay, here's how it's gonna go. If I stay, I'm putting up Rubina, Chelsea, Tucker. One of them takes themselves off, and then Quinn goes up and exposes his power. Because he'll use the power, so that will expose it. Angie's back, y'all. Angie's back, baby. Now, first off, I'm pretty sure that would not work, because I don't think that's how Quinn's power works. I'm pretty sure with Quinn's power, he would have to use it originally. I don't think that it would work on a renom. And if it does work, all that happens is it creates a deep fake of Angela, because she would be the HOH, and it would just make it look like she did it. So Angela's going off the deep end, and that's alright. She's going off the deep end. So meanwhile, Tucker and Kenny have a long conversation. They are talking about showmances.
And that's literally how I am with her. Like she reminds me of like a sister type vibe, you know? And she was like, okay, good, because I guess Leah has openly admitted that she is yearning a man's touch.
They think that Leah is playing all the guys. I think the house consensus is that Leah is flirting with the guys, playing with the guys to get further in the game. Now, Tucker, apparently at some point, Leah pulled Tucker to the side to ask if, like, he's interested in Rubina. And he says, no, like, she's fun, like, I like her, but we both know, like, inside the house, we're not gonna do anything. Maybe outside the house. So he's just trying to imply that Leah also wants him to be in a showmance or whatever. Now, if Tucker's talking about if Lisa goes, that's kind of the only person that he has beef with in the house right now. And Tucker thinks that Angela would immediately put up Quinn and Tucker, him and Angela. Sorry, him and Quinn. So this is what he's telling Kenny. Now, Tucker says, look, I want to form something after I'm safe with you, to Kenny, because he's tired of being a floater. Kenny's talking about how some of the house guests see him as a father figure. And they discussed that they would want to also add Chemo and Quinn. Like, I'm telling y'all, Chemo and Quinn are the 2 hot commodities in the house right now. I think everybody thinks that they're great. Well, they think Quinn is a good strategist, and they think Chemo's, like, social game is on point. So that duo, there's, like, 3 different alliances that really want to pull them in. We're going to see which one it is. Now, this alliance between Tucker and Kenny is all guys. They're not including any women. The suggestion of bringing in Joseph is also brought up by one of them, but they don't think he can win anything. They're like, we'll bring him, but he doesn't win stuff. Now, they're both saying they're trying to stay away from Angela, and as soon as they say that, fish. Fish. We get fish. Now Cam, we come back and Cam has joined that conversation and they all agree they want Angela to chill out. Tucker is recanting the situation that him and Angela had in the shower, the argument that they had, which we'll talk about in a minute. And the camera switches to Angela talking about how she, in the bathroom, again, talking to herself. She's just having another self chat, but she talks about how she likes Quinn. He has good style. It's a shame that she's mad at him right now. Yeah. So we shall see. Now, Angela, I don't know if they, if they didn't give Ange her meds in the DR or something, because she was shaken up today, okay? She was really shaken up. Shots are fired. Whole day, Angela's kind of sitting around the kitchen, sitting around the living room. Angela, you always look at a room and it's the room and then Angela on the side in her shades and that blue sweater. Angela felt like she was going to be spicy. So Lisa's walking by Angela in the living room and she mocks the way that Lisa walks directly to her face.
Don't do that right now. Listen and observe. Listen and observe. Absorb.
I don't know. Lisa, I feel like is another one who's gotten the short end of the stick. I feel like Lisa has become public enemy number one because people assume she's lying. And the crazy part is she's not lying. The crazy part about Lisa is she is not lying. She's not lying about being a chef. People don't like Lisa because they straight up don't like her personality. And that's kind of, I feel like that's a bit unfortunate. That's a bit unfortunate because there's no real reason that people have against Lisa. It's just simply, we don't like that personality. So after this incident happens, Lisa goes to the room to cry. And Brooklyn does console her. Lisa is wondering why she's still being picked on by Angela every single day. And Brooklyn basically reassures her that, look, this is her character. This is who she is. It's not a reflection of you. She'll have to pay for it eventually. Apparently, Angela also called Lisa a twit to her face. So, yeah, it's just not looking good for those two. There's probably going to be another blow. Now, Angela and Tucker also have an argument in the shower.
All right, and try to act like they're on that side of the coin. You'll see what the truth is when you leave. Then, if you don't want to trust, this is.
It's not that I don't want to trust. It's just hurtful when you. Sorry.
Look, I don't know how this argument started, but if you listen very closely to the end of that clip, you can hear through the wall Tucker say, I don't know why you're apologizing for being racist. Again, I'm not implying anything. I know a lot of you guys get really upset when that word is brought up. But why in the world would Angela be apologizing for being racist? And the camera switches. The camera switches over to Rubina in the other room, just working out or whatever, and you can hear it through the wall. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on with Angela? Anywho. So Tucker is talking with some of the guys after the fight, and he's like, Angela is continuing to wait for her moment. She wants to have her moment so bad, but the whole show has been her moment. And that's fair. I do think Angela's doing a lot of attention-seeking things, and it is entertaining, but it's you're 50. I don't know. Every time I look at a lot of this, I'm like, you're 50. What is going on? So Chelsea and Cam are also having a conversation about the collective. I don't know why. Again, people are acting like the collective is still a thing when it's not. So they are talking about if the collective will still stand after Angela, Kenny, and Lisa get out. Because at that point, then they have to start kind of picking people off of their own alliance. Now, Cam says that Joseph would probably need to be a pawn for the collective and that they would also need to protect Rubina as well. Lisa also asks Quinn straight up if he is working with Angela. And Quinn is basically explaining that he tried to talk to her because she was HOH. And I mean, that's what I said. Like, clearly Quinn tried to reveal the power to gain favor of the first HOH, but it's like, Quinn, you probably weren't going to be a threat. Like, revealing that power to Angela seems like one of the worst things you could have ever done. So he explains that, and you know, he says, look, I don't want to work with her any longer. I don't trust her. Camera change. We don't see the rest of that conversation. But ultimately, Quinn is reassuring Lisa, like, I am not on Angela's side. I am not associated with Angela. Because the thing about Angela revealing this power, you know, it looks like they have something. And then we see the HOH crew, which is Chelsea and Co. At this point, they are discussing who they would like to get out. They are still leaning towards Lisa because then Angela won't really have anyone to pick on, which I think is funny that they assume that, because as soon as Lisa goes, Angela will pick her next target. But it then goes to Fish. Every time the name Angela is mentioned, it typically goes to Fish. So that's kind of where we leave off the night. Other things of note, Chemo does confirm that Quinn has the other power to Tucker and that Angela is not lying. So I'm wondering if Tucker is going to keep that to himself, what Tucker's going to do with that information, but he is now aware that Ange wasn't trying to pull his leg, you know? Also, the House is still going to vote out Lisa at this point. The target is still Lisa, it's seeming like. But if she wins the AI arena, it will be Angela, and then they will just vote out Lisa next week. So as of right now, the target, even despite all of Angela's antics, is still Lisa. And as I said, really sad story for Lisa when you genuinely think about it, because they just don't, her personality put a target on her back. You know, there's nothing that Lisa actually did. It's just that her personality put a target on her back. People think she's a liar, and people don't like her and her cooking. So it's looking like it's going to be Lisa unless she wins. I'm going to be honest. I hope Big Ange stays in the house because I want to see her win that HOH and carry out them plans that she had in the storage room. I want to see that. So that's it, y'all. That is what happened on the feeds yesterday. Now, if you made it to this point, that probably means you liked the video. So if you liked the video, it would be great if you could help me to drum up engagement on these videos, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, share these videos with people in your life who love Big Brother. I'm such a nerd for this show, so please share it with other people, bring more people into the community. Also, if you're new here and you have not hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell so you'll never miss a live feed update. Look, I put these out at least 5 times a week, okay? Can't promise you the weekends, but I got you on the weekdays. So please hit that bell so you'll never miss my updates, okay? And we will see what happens in the house today. I will talk to you guys in the next feed recap. Bye!